Hello, my friends. I'm very excited to be sharing this with you today. I have a deck of cards I picked up off of Etsy from somebody that went by the name of Kaiju. And I picked this up a number of years ago, and it's just the most fun thing you're going to see. We're going to have a full deck of cards with original artwork. And it's just a joy. Look at this little fella. Is he not adorable? And of course he's the Joker. But look at who the other Joker is. Oh my goodness. And Ace of Spades, we got a burning Godzilla there. Whew. Very fun. We got so many of these. This is great. So much wonderful original artwork. I love me some Batra. And I dig that we got those two in a row right there. Like, why wouldn't you pair them up together? But hey, look at that. I love that son of a gun. Man, Final Wars is got to be my favorite. No, one of my favorites. I love that thing. So cool. Megurus. He's just so mean. Oh, whew. Yeah, that is sick. Come on. Man, I remember seeing Godzilla 2000 in the theaters as a kid. That was so much fun. That was like the best. Whew. But man, that Biolante is really cool. That is so mean. Great detail. And that's really cool. We got Space Godzilla flying on his crystal. But look at this destroyer. Got the legion of them. Very cool. Got that original Mecha Godzilla. You can have a favorite that's not that one, but I mean, come on. It's hard to top. That's just classic. But man, that's pretty dope. Hard to argue with that. But then we see this one here, and I mean, come on. They just keep getting cooler. But oof. Now that's a Godzilla I wouldn't want to run into. I don't want to run into any of Godzilla, honestly. But that one, whew, no. Baby! Baby! I love it. And this is great too. I love that we got the fairies there. They're the best. Mothra's so great. Got ourselves a Godzillasaurus. And I love the subtle little spines on his back there too. Ooh, yeah. That's a cool Manda. With the Gotengo. I love it. It's so cool. Yes, I love that he's like in the middle of doing that jumping kick. That's so cool. You go, Gorosaurus. Now this one right here, the head feels a little off to me. What do you think? But fun overall. They can't all be winners. This one, say whatever you want about it, but that is just beautiful. He's lunging at you, but I like to think he's falling and doing a belly flop. This one might be the best one out of all of them, just because, I mean, come on. So fun. This King Caesar's a little funky, but I like it. Now this this Anguirus here, he just throws me off because it's green, and I don't associate that character as green. I guess there's maybe a little subtle green shading on him, but no, I think like gray, tan, brown sort of coloring. This one's awesome though, with everybody dancing and chanting. So very cool. It's a pretty good Rodan. And we got a Shin Godzilla here, pretty rad. But again, a little weird. We have a very green tint on him, and that is definitely not a color we have associated with this version of Godzilla. But pretty rad nonetheless, and I like that he's going full-on light show mode. Not the most glamorous of all the Toho creatures, but definitely cooler than the Condor. And how great is this? Whistling with the dough rats. So good. And hey, we get some Zilla action up in here. He gets representation, and I like that. His movie might not have been good, but he's got a cool design, and that cartoon wasn't bad. Oh, I love it. I know the octopus has a name. I can't remember it, though. Now, that's a design. I never fell in love with Mogira. But it's cool. I just thought, like, they should have rebuilt the Super Mecha Godzilla. You know, it wasn't as cool. But speaking of uncool, look at this goofball. Behold the face of death. Oh, that's a kick. Ooh, yeah, that's fun too. So here we're moving off into more obscure ground. Raise your hand if you've actually seen Mecha Kong in action. I love this here, the people running towards the sign. Them gargantuans are fun. And what a beautiful representation of that Godzilla versus King Kong there. Or I guess King Kong versus Godzilla, I should say. It's such a dumb, terrible suit design. I don't like it. I'll stand by it that's a bad suit design. But that's part of the charm of it, is it's great because it's bad. This right here, though. Now that's classic as it gets. And I love that every time we're getting an ace of something, it's Godzilla at like peak form. And it's great too that they start the twos off with like real lower weak stuff. This guy though, I'm not feeling that. I think they could have done better on him. However, this creepy crawly, man, I love Kamunga. I don't love spiders, but I love him. What a cool monster. But here's my boy. Look at Ebra. He got that ship in his hand. He just waving his claws in the air. He don't care. Oh, Gabra. I don't think anybody likes him. Oh, but I love me some Titanosaurus. That's cool. I dig it. I really like the effects with the water, how they did that. What I don't like is when I bump into the camera. Sorry about that. Look at this smog monster. That's cool. I love how we got that trail of pollution and ooze. That's real radical. And we're getting towards the end, and you know we gotta have this guy in here somewhere. Just like our boy Gigan. I mean, come on. We haven't seen him yet. He had to be in the deck. I get that we want to save it, but I just really love this guy. And we did wait to the end, but just King Ghidorah is great. And then at the very end, we get this iteration of him with the Kaiser Ghidorah. And I like that a lot. You know, get that Final Wars version of him in there. But I really do think they should have paired this next to the Monster X that we saw earlier in the deck. However, this deck is just all sorts of fun. I like to just go through it and look at it every so often and just dig into the artwork because there's a lot of cool stuff with it. I don't like playing with this deck, and I don't use it for actual playing for the specific reason that I don't want to get them all bent up and everything. And at this point, I probably should just put it into a card binder because then I'd probably look at it more properly that way. But I like keeping it just out on my desk and looking every so often and saying, hey, you know, I think I'm just gonna go leaf through that, and I'll just pull it out and I'll flip through all the cards like I did just here, and I'll look at all the artwork and I'll smile like I just did right here. And so I'm glad you got to join me for this one time doing it. And hey, that was fun. A little bit of a break from doing a full-on comic review or something, but a whole lot of fun. And man, what a massive amount of artwork. And this Kaiju fella who did all these, he did a great job because you figure he had to bust out an original piece of artwork for each card. Like, man, what an undertaking. So very cool. Thank you for joining me, and I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow.